Hello and welcome to 709 Meridian, Season 4, Episode 1. This is Andrew.
And this is D.
And this season we're doing something a little different. Instead of going through a whole series, worst to best, we are going through duologies, back to front. So I think it'll probably work out that it'll be worst to best, but that's not the intention. It's just back to front this time. And we're going to be starting off with the Teen Wolf series. First one came out in 1985. We are watching Teen Wolf 2, which came out in 1987. Is that right? Or 88? Yep. 87.
Yeah. 87 with a cartoon in between them.
A bridging cartoon, no less. So we're just gonna get into it because there's going to be plenty of time to talk while Jason Bateman takes
just montages
really
the whole film.
Long time to deliver his lines. If you do not want to wait, or if you do not want to watch along, which might be better for you with this movie, you can listen to the unsynchronized version on your podcast player of choice or on the YouTube channel. So without further ado, let's get to Teen Wolf 2. Son of a wolf. Okay, you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, crap. Do you have the MGM logo?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first one's Paramount, but it has no logo because Paramount didn't have the video because it was Atlantic Releasing Corp. I forgot to check, but I was curious whether or not this movie put them out of business.
It could be, because I don't recall too many made through Atlantic.
No. Okay, so the movie takes place at a Colorado college. I don't know if they filmed it at one. They might have. I wasn't interested enough to look, because instead, we're going to get the school song during a very long opening title sequence.
A contrast to the original, which was very moody.
Yes.
The intro.
Yes.
It's really almost like a horror movie.
Yes. Not this. No, this is like a Animal House type.
Yeah, it's good. This could have been Porky's Animal House.
Yeah.
Screwballs, anything from college.
But we're just gonna very slow. And Stuart Fratkin as Styles. So this will be interesting because we'll be talking about the people who replace some of the actors, not the original actors. So the music is by, I think it's Mark Goldenberg. He had a long career as like a backup musician for some very famous acts. He does not list this movie on his website. He does not mention that he did this. So, Michael J. Fox, of course, did not come back for this. Okay, so Jeff Loeb and Matthew Weissman wrote the original. That's Tim Kring, the guy who created Heroes, so he failed upward. And then the stories by Jeff Loeb and Matthew Weissman, and I couldn't find any trivia about whether or not they actually did a script. So Kent Bateman is Jason Bateman's
other than
dad.
Xerox the original,
right? But Jason Bateman's dad set this up for him. And he produced a bunch of Jason Bateman vehicles in the late 80s. And Jason Bateman's career started taking off once his dad stopped producing his movies, TV and otherwise. But yeah, so here we
John
go.
Astin.
John Astin hacking through.
And Paul Sand, our first recast of the movie.
There's no reason he shouldn't have been the brother of the character from the first one.
Exactly.
Because he has no... So...
Because the coach in the first movie was genius. Small part. I think he was played by Jay
Tarsis. Yeah. So they kind of write the guy similar, but not really. And they miss that Jay Tarsis seemed to loathe, like he loathed it in the right way, right? Like he brought an energy to it. This guy is...
Yeah. This is Paul Sand, who he's Mr. Deadpan, He
had a good career in the 70s. So this movie is people down on their luck and people before they had any luck and people who would quit acting and do something else.
Yep.
But the threatening dog. Okay, so there we go.
Beacon Town. There we are.
I don't think they call it Beacon Town in the first one.
Yeah, it's Beacon Town.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
But and the cartoon like 30 times. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is about Michael J. Fox's cousin getting a full scholarship to be a boxer, only he didn't apply for the scholarship. And the coach got him the scholarship based on
the family secret
werewolfism, but it's not a secret,
right?
Werewolves are just a fact. Here we go,
Mr. Bateman.
Yes, so Jason Bateman. This would have been This would have been just around Valerie time, right?
Yeah, he was
pre-Hogan family, but
and Mr. James Hampton.
Yes. Who manages to not appear embarrassed in this film, which is...
Oh, no.
He should have gotten an Academy Award nomination for it.
He's also the guy who brought us the Spider-Man quote long before Cliff Robertson did, or at least, in live action form,
in live action.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Hold on. Wait, we're missing that he's doing a change here. Whoa. Oh, wait, hold on. If we listen carefully, there's an implication that Jason Bateman's parents are related. Because he says neither of his parents are werewolves, but it's like it's genetic, so only his aunt or uncle should have the genes. But see,
well, there he goes.
Your mother and father aren't werewolves, right? So Tim Krieg. So yeah, we're just watching them drive around. This is really engaging. So here we're going to meet the villains of the movie in their cool car, but not too cool because it's Atlantic releasing. She quit and became a nurse. So she really enjoyed acting. That other girl in the car is Luke Perry's ex-wife. And this guy looks like a cross between Martin Kove and the Terminator poster.
If I recall correctly, that might even be the same van from the first movie.
You see, we can't talk about the van surfing because they couldn't secure. How did they not duplicate that scene? But anyway, instead,
they got too much more in this.
Who's this with the mullet? What is with us watching movies with mullets?
This is Multiverse Styles.
Yes. How old is this Styles? The last Styles was 27 when he was in Teen Wolf 1. Chubby's like 30. Chubby's like a fucking... There's a very dark story behind Chubby going to college at 30 and boxing. Like Dunkin' Donuts, In-N-Out Burger, Budweiser. Why is there an In-N-Out Burger sticker in a movie set in Colorado when it would have only been around LA at that point?
They might have filmed some of the interiors.
Yeah.
Set. Maybe.
Oh, he gives him a burger.
An old school old school cover. The foam cover.
Mm-hmm. So, in addition to the coach bringing Jason Bateman to school so he can be a werewolf, Styles wants him to be a werewolf so he can sell his old Teen Wolf merch that Michael J. Fox ruined him selling in the first movie, basically, by giving up his werewolfism. Get your groceries, because this is normal. Just like
it's worth noting James Hampton here is a devotee to the franchise. He's the only cast member to appear in both live action movies, and he voiced his character on the cartoon.
That's right. He voiced the character.
Good guy. Just a nice, kind of on that line of Tom Skerritt.
Yeah. This movie doesn't fail very many people, but it fails James Hampton.
Yeah. Because he's, you miss him when he's gone.
Mm-hmm. This is another one of those ones. It's very much like the Planet of the Apes, where they did not have the same quality of makeup as in the first one. So we won't see that for a bit, but they really cheaped out in this one. And the first one wasn't that. The first one actually looks really great compared to this. So now it turns out Chubby's back.
Chubby's in college too.
Chubby's 30 at this point, everybody. This is after Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Got a wedding ring on.
Okay, so since we're doing this backwards, real quick. In the last movie, Michael J. Fox stole all of Chubby's basketball thunder, and Chubby resented Michael J. Fox. In this movie, he's going to be on the boxing team with Jason Bateman, and he is in league with Styles to do the werewolf thing. So he's setting himself up once again to be upset by his werewolf teammate.
See, he wants to be a nerd. He wants to go
Yes.
to college for the experience.
He wants to be a veterinarian. We'll learn in the next scene, I think.
Yeah. But he doesn't want to be a werewolf.
No.
See how asinine that is?
Uh-huh. I don't think I hadn't seen this before I watched it again. I don't think since the theater in 1987. And I'd forgotten.
Wait, you saw this in the theater?
Shut up, man. My mom took us.
Shit, dude.
And she was upset. She was like, that was bad. Yeah, it was bad in the theater when I was 9. But I sort of misremembered that the guy who played Styles in this was good. Nope.
God.
Nope.
Nobody beats Jerry Levine. Jerry Levine is Styles. I don't care what the MTV kids say or whatever. He is and always shall be Styles. The Styles.
Okay, so if we pay attention, we find out that even though he knows that he could turn into a werewolf, he doesn't have any knowledge of that he just did that. Like, he doesn't feel any different about it. He's just, when he turns into the werewolf, it's a complete surprise to him, even though we've been watching him forecast it. Okay. She quit and went into special effects. I think she's got like 2 more credits.
Yeah, she's not somebody I don't think who really did too many.
They're talking science. You're missing it. They're going to start talking about how much they like science in a bit.
And what what are the odds? The girl that likes science too is cute. Kim Darby here.
Yes. Our second Kim Darby movie, actually.
Yep.
Our second Kim Darby down on her luck movie, actually.
Yeah, another good earnest performance by Kim Darby that's just kind of framed by a shitty movie.
Did she? Oh my God. So one thing about this, and I'm not willing to watch the other Jason Bateman vehicles of the era to find out, but it's very clear he's got an acting coach. But it doesn't. He hasn't. It doesn't help.
This, it was TV.
Yeah.
He wasn't a movie guy at this point. Although, on TV he was killing it. Shit, It's Your Move and all that shit.
Well, yeah, but he was a wise ass in that.
That exactly, and they should have kind of had him play that instead of,
And he was a wise ass on Valerie. It took him multiple seasons before he became a nice guy, or like a.
Oh yeah, the straight man.
Yeah. So we just missed that. She, despite being a science girl, she doesn't know how to turn on a microscope. She needs a boy to do that for her. Oh, God. All right. So the coach is going to do a pseudo coach speech from the first one. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
I think he was in Second City or something. Like, he had a really good career in the 70s, but
he kind of ended the 80s here with He was one of the cast add-ons in that last season of Give Me a Break.
Hmm.
And his energy against Nell Carter was like agony.
Uh-huh. So here is, yep, there we go. A picture from the first movie.
Oh, they're doing a Supergirl. You see that?
Yep.
Scott's off on another planet.
There were some radio waves from the planet Krypton. He's going to check those out. He's on an intergalactic mission of peace.
Of peace.
This movie is a great sort of proof that you don't make sequels to Michael J. Fox hits without Michael J. Fox.
Without Michael J. Fox, you just can't do it.
This is why you don't make Back to the Future 4 with Christopher Lloyd and, like
Tom Holland.
Okay. So
God, this movie is so bad when it's not montaging. Oh, that dude. Who's that? That guy's been in a lot of stuff in the 80s.
he looks familiar. I just watched it, so I don't know. So the smelly socks and dog scene. Cool.
Why is he reading Boy's Life? Something not right about that.
There's just not a single
and I actually had that issue.
Successful comedy beat. Like how
So Chubby
80s.
wasn't the only fat guy they needed?
Nope, nobody's laughing, John Aston. Nobody's laughing. This is why nobody knew John Aston could be funny for years till they started rerunning Old Addams Family in 91 or whatever. Yeah. Okay, so this is a particularly
oh my God,
awful scene where they're going to fight over this book. And if you pay attention, he doesn't know what the book is. He just wants the book.
See, she's still being cute about it. He's not good, but he's nowhere near as bad as his sister in Satisfaction.
Did Kent Bateman produce that too, I wonder? Yeah. The 80s TV actors, there was a reason it was a big deal when they made it in movies.
Well, it's because Michael J. Fox made it. When they saw him do so big, everybody had to do it. Him and Bruce Willis were kind of the...
Yeah. And I think I've mentioned before that back in the 80s, you had to work your way up, right? Like
you had to work your way up.
Alec Baldwin, Demi Moore, they did soaps and shit. Christopher Reeve, like shortcutting it this way was
because Bateman, again, he worked his way up, but this was not the character he should have played, which clearly shows all it was a rewritten script. Obviously they had Michael J. Fox in mind.
I wonder if no.
This shit is dull.
This is
Like,
where well, yeah, they're talking
he
about the
still
book.
hasn't turned into the wolf yet.
No, they're talking about the book and how he doesn't really want the book because he didn't really need it. He was just being weird. Yeah, we're 23 minutes into this. This is a sequel that is 5 minutes longer than the original, which is not a good sign for a 90-minute movie genre, the
For a
88
movie called
to
Teen Wolf,
91-minute movie genre.
for a movie called Teen Wolf 2, you should have gave
TOO.
us a Teen Wolf like right off the friggin' bat. Instead we got Uncle Howard.
Well, and the first one drops into the action immediately too with the basketball. Like this is very different.
But at this point, you don't have to work your way up to it,
No.
Especially being the 80s too. It's just like, come on. What?
Well, they're dragging every part of it out. Like
They are.
everything is just.
They really are. This is like, yeah.
Is this where he doesn't know that they're like on a semi date? Is what it is. Even though they had that little smile there, there's going to be some confusion.
Let's see the Finstock poster in the back.
Yeah, I did. That's some good set. That's better set decoration than I was expecting from Teen Wolf 2.
Right.
Oh, aren't they cute? He doesn't know that she asked him out or something.
I really would have loved to have seen it if he had just played it as more of a, hey, I dig this being a wolf,
He
type
does
of
that
attitude.
in one scene in the middle of the montage. This is a little different in that the glamour girl is shitty to
She's
him.
more the heavy.
Yeah. And with a
And
terrible
even after he's a wolf, I think, right?
Southern accent, yeah. Wait, what's her full name? Something
Butler.
Butler. Did it say Nicholas? What? Is there a cut explanation of that? Is there a longer version of this fucking movie?
I don't doubt it.
Okay, so the obnoxious. So the dean, so John Aston at this point doesn't actually like, for some reason he's confused and thinks that Jason Bateman can box, even though he's already seen that he can't. And he's read his transcripts. He knows that he can't box, yet he's acting like he's a star boxer, which is great. Just great. Oh my God. So they're going to dance. And Styles is there. And Chubby is there.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. This seems terrible.
Yeah, it's dragging the hell on. Like,
So now he's going to grab her ass, which is interesting. She showed him cleavage. Now he's like, oh, time to grab ass.
there we go.
But he's changing. He's got his Halloween store press-on nails, and he's changing. So Christopher Leach, who directed this, has, near as I can tell, never done anything remotely good. Like, it's all just crap. So they could have inserted a shot of somebody familiar in there, but no. Instead, we've got terrible headache makeup or eyebrow contortion makeup that actually had me wondering how they figured out how to do it since they're so bad at it. Bat Boy escapes from cave.
There we go.
Yep. So now we get the transformation, and it's pretty clear that the makeup is nowhere near the level of the first movie.
Wait. She calls him a dog.
She calls him a dog. That's the other thing about this. Nobody in this movie is going to think the werewolf is cool. They're going to think he's a dog. And they're going to, which is...
good for her.
Some sort of giant fruit dip. And then she gets in trouble for it because John Aston's still an asshole. God.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. What I don't get is Styles has a better like werewolf hair than he's gonna have when he's in costume, when he's in makeup. Like they should have gone full mullet. Yeah.
It's got the natural mullet.
What's the name of that guy from the early 80s? Corey Parker, early 90s, Corey Parker. Was that guy? No, the guy who's on not Flying Blind.
Corey Parker.
Corey Parker. That's who I thought was in this. He's not in this.
This movie also needed the other kid from the first movie. Remember the one, their buddy?
Yep.
It probably would have made a little more sense to have somebody, on his level, kind of.
So this guy is giving a very impassioned lecture about Lincoln, which is obnoxious. The entire cast is in this one history class.
And he's being bullied by these chicks.
They're giving him fleas. This is also from the era pre-Jordans where high tops actually were often terrible looking. So that's dates it. What a great comedy sequence there.
Yeah, it just didn't even hit the mark.
And we're going to be watching another movie with a dog.
The stock audio sounds.
Yeah. He is not a funny man. He's correct. So the late 70s or late 80s sort of teen plus movies were lost at this point. Like John Hughes had Molly Ringwald was getting too old. We were too far past Porky's. Like it was just a weird period. And
they were trying anything at this point.
This is
angst had John Hughes had angst.
Yeah. But I mean this This is a USA Up All Night movie without the
Without the
personality,
TNA.
without the TNA, and without the personality. It's another one of those movies we're watching where a trauma version would have been better, or at least more interesting.
Yeah.
The suspenders, the we need to. He changed in between scenes there, didn't
he? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
See. Oh wow. See,
what?
There's so many ways they could have took this. Like, what if they decided to go dark? Just a complete tone shift. It just make him a homicidal teen wolf. He's been picked on for too long. People ended up missing on the campus. This is the one they should have made dark.
God, so we're at 34 minutes and 21 seconds mark, which means there's exactly an hour left.
Yeah, she's there for an even more important reason that we
will discover soon. Yes.
Yeah.
But now we've got what's her face on her bike, which seems like it should have been established before, but she's now biking to see him after he's moping after class, and she brought him lunch.
I like her, but I miss Booth.
And they couldn't get KFC, so instead they just have fried chicken. And you're just like, what do you mean KFC said no? Like,
no, that's it, isn't it?
Nope, it doesn't say KFC on it. It's just going to say fried chicken. It might be a KFC box, but they had to cover it.
Yeah,
they had to cover it.
Yeah,
and they've got the
fried chicken.
They've got the cans turned away. See?
Yeah, there you go. Fried chicken.
Okay,
and it's not Sprite; it's Sprito.
So we're establishing real romance here. Aw. So Jason Bateman was either 17 or 18 when they filmed this, which is another reason that he looks weird against some of the older cast members.
Right.
Okay.
They're clearly much older than he is.
The bad guys, the bad school in this movie is the military academy, which does not really get explored enough. But yeah. God. They couldn't even get like a bunch of people they couldn't even get a bunch of extras for the stands. Like, so the way that the movie deals with explaining the rules of boxing of college boxing there just aren't any rules. It's whatever they do for a bit.
Yeah, Chubby just gave up basketball and.
Well, I mean, he's actually better at this than he is at basketball in the first one.
Shoot it, fat boy. Yeah.
We'll have athletic prowess discussions during next episode.
Gosh, those two girls are the worst school bullies. They wouldn't have been even good in Teen Witch. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh,
So
look at that. Hey.
they go to school with the boys. They go to Hamilton, but they cheer their defeat because
Right.
Blondie's boyfriend is Terminator.
Mm.
So yeah, Chubby wins fights, but doesn't, but unintentionally, because
Oh,
that's
wow.
funny. All right, the Terminator.
Why does he look like a video game boss? He's the guy you fight before the last guy.
Right. I think he is in Punch Out, right? Like, isn't there some guy with some generic white guy with sunglasses in Punch Out?
Other than Glass Joe,
Nah.
Don Flamenco, Soda Popinski.
Okay, but Terminator's not fighting Jason Bateman because they're not in the right weight class.
No, not till he turns.
Yeah,
or
instead
whatever.
he's just fighting a unnamed boxer character because there are a bunch of actual boxers on the boxing team who don't get
An
any
extra.
names.
Come on, Papa.
Why did they go with boxing?
Why is the nerd back there?
Because it's mandated. Because attendance at this game is mandatory.
You know, see, he's wearing wacky shirts like the other styles.
Mm-hmm.
But they said somewhere that there's proof this isn't the same styles for some reason. I don't know how. So he's multiverse styles.
Multiverse of Madness styles here.
He's multiverse styles.
Oh, come on. Let's go. It's really clear this was not like a John G. Avildsen sports movie because the actual fight scenes in those are really quick.
Yeah. These are staged like a freaking Three Stooges short.
I mean, would a laugh track? Okay, I love how there's no punch sound effects when he hits him. There is for like, okay, and now there are some, but the first one there wasn't any. Okay, so now we just get to wait for 45 minutes for him to wake up.
God, couldn't they just have gotten shot or something? Just something that doesn't even match this movie.
Here we go. Transformation. Except, of course, not. And slow motion, because that's what we need is this movie to be slower.
Oh, wow.
Yep. That is.
We'll allow it. We'll allow it.
That is not Jason Bateman in a lot of those shots, is it? Like, very much not. Because that's the other thing is that, like, Michael J. Fox in the first one, he was like kind of too big of a star to be doing a full makeup role, right? Like the whole
Yeah, you could tell his scenes in the makeup were probably shot in like a week or something, so they could get all of that out the way.
But in this one, there's nothing impressive about seeing Jason Bateman in the makeup because it's not him for a lot of it, but then also it's not like he's Michael J. Fox, so it's not. You're not seeing Alex P. Keaton in the makeup. You're seeing.
No, that was really him breakdancing, really. That was
don't
him doing the skyhook.
That was him singing and dancing.
There you go.
Like a California raisin. Like
that was him doing the handstand on top of the truck. See, the chicks confuse me. Why are they cheering?
Yep. Just because it's time to cheer. Because even though they gave him fleas, now they like him being a dog. Okay, is this basically just the start of the montage that goes on for 15 minutes?
Oh yeah. This is the centerpiece of the movie.
Okay, so what this presupposes is Styles had arranged this party for if Jason Bateman ever decided to become a werewolf, and he was going to put it all together at the drop of a hat.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, we got something that's going to top the original.
Styles also hired backup dancers.
This was after Back to School, wasn't it?
Yeah, that would have been 86, right?
Yeah. See, that's why this shit is in here. Back to School, Ferris Bueller. Let me lip sync a old school song, and we're gonna do a song and dance to it.
I'd forgotten about Ferris Bueller. Maybe because that's a good sequence, and it just didn't remind me of this at all. So it took Jason Bateman until what year did Arrested Development start? 2004. It basically took Jason Bateman, was that 16 years after this, minus 5 on TV, to actually be able to come back
credit,
and do
though.
things.
Did Bateman grinded his ass off, you know?
He did, but he
now.
apparently took a bunch of acting lessons in between the end of the Hogan Family and Arrested Development. And he also, they also learned how to write a sympathetic asshole character.
Yeah.
Like,
he found a niche.
Yeah. And he's done great since then. But
yeah,
I just imagine if you're ever working with Jason Bateman, you get mad at him, you just bring this up on your phone, you're just like, shut the fuck up, right. Jason Bateman.
Have you seen this amazing performance of a werewolf singing "Do You Love Me, Baby"?
Sing for me, Jason. It's also a really bad lip sync sequence in that they lose track of it a lot. Okay, so we have not seen the pseudo girlfriend, since he's turned into a werewolf, because she didn't go to his boxing match. Oh God, is he gonna? Oh yeah.
Wow.
I don't think you can really explain the 80s like this.
Oh, wait. That's straight up Dolomite shot the reverse.
And now this. Oh my God. So he won a boxing match at a school that does not seem to care about boxing. So that is
Exactly.
literally
So
what this all is.
let's rejoice and celebrate the werewolf for doing this thing that nobody cares about.
Do you remember those pants that Styles got on? I remember those pants with the elastic waistband. I remember those pants. So he's got all this swag now to sell. Oh God, the hat.
Fetch. Go
The
fetch.
first movie does not do anything with the dog aspect.
No, they don't treat him like a friggin' dog at all.
Like, yes, we need this in slow motion.
Because we can't think of anything else
not
to do.
Special effect shot in slow motion, right? Like, oh, and that music. That is some music. Oh, it's like smooth jazz at a Kmart.
No, that's the type of music they play at a silo. Circuit City.
It's funny. The pace here of the music is for humor. Oh no, there's accompanying lyrics. This is your montage sequence. Here you go.
Yeah. The first of many. Or at least 2 or 3.
Punk rock Teen Wolf. Or sort of whatever Kent Bateman's dad thought punk music was. Sped up film. So it looks like there are more people in the audience, but they don't establish that Chubby's now sad that he doesn't get to box anymore, which is exactly what happened last time. There was a werewolf
something
on
he
his
should
team,
be wary of.
And he didn't, and he instead encouraged the idea of bringing in another werewolf. I don't think any of the shots with the full costume are actually Jason Bateman. I might be wrong about some of them, but I just feel like no. I feel like it's just a stunt man. So this is like a whole boring scene set to music as the montage. Like, oh, it's just so bad. Okay, Terminator doesn't like the Teen Wolf.
Oh my God. Somebody wrote that for him, didn't they?
Yep, they did.
Jesus. God.
So he's not gonna.
Jeez.
Except he was supposed to be smart, so him getting good grades shouldn't have been a surprise, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't be a surprise at all. That's not a perk he's supposed to acquire.
Oh God, look at the suit jacket. So yeah, John Astin is reluctantly giving him a car for being a star athlete.
Oh, he's a wolf too.
He's driving around fast and scaring Chubby. We got another bad song. But I mean, these are
Colorado plates.
These are worse songs than a USA Up All Night movie. Like USA Up All Night movies would stumble into a not god awful bar band occasionally, right? Especially in the late 80s. But instead, we did just establish that this Teen Wolf is a menace and a bully, which the first one never was.
No. Scott Howard was a wolf of the people.
Yes.
Todd just went from zero to asshole. And
it would have actually been funny if his hair had been all fucked up because he was driving in a convertible like a dog. Oh, look at that terrible fucking makeup. So he kicks Chubby out and heads off with the girls. And then his girlfriend, who we have not seen them have a scene together since he's become a werewolf, they share a sad look. Oh, and much like the first movie, which implies a lot of sex,
yikes.
This movie implies a lot of sex for the Teen Wolf, and Styles expecting to be invited in to participate, only not. So that's...
The door's not even locked.
No, the door's not even... They did not do that. Oh, God.
Look at that fart joke.
Mm-hmm.
Chubby's farting in his sleep.
And he's got he's got Nestle Quick. He's got... What else has he got in that fridge?
Snack pack. There's a snack pack.
I can't tell what's on the second shelf they're not supposed to show us the label of.
That's some pudding. That snack pack.
No, second shelf. Second shelf down.
Oh, down?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see what we're on.
All right. So now...
Yeah, was that some other werewolf I saw driving around with those two hoes?
So now he doesn't know how to dissect the frog, which I didn't think was like the most interesting thing. Like he could have wolfed out and eaten it or something. Like,
well, here's the thing. It would have been kind of cool if they'd have said, okay, if you don't know how to control the power a certain way, you lose certain aspects. Like maybe being the wolf and being arrogant at the same time is sort of sapping his intelligence. It would have made sense.
They could have done something with it, but no.
Yeah.
Instead, it's going to be a frog fight because Kent Bateman liked it in E.T. He immediately turned into a wolf for some reason.
Another scene that could never be made today. Because they're, throwing live and dead frogs at each other?
Presumably. Though I think the only live frog is that one we get in the close-up. Otherwise, it's sound effects and then a bad cut to Kim Darby. This movie has 4 editors, so it's actually kind of impressive.
God.
So now Kim Darby's mad at the wolf. That's not cool. Who's he grinning at? There's nobody there. This is just him being a complete asshole, which
He's a dick. Teen Wolf's an asshole. Okay, she gives him the speech.
Yep.
And then, like, Howard gives him the speech again, I think.
Howard doesn't give him the speech until after he feels bad.
Right.
This is one of the Jason Bateman acting coach scenes.
This might have been one of the first scenes shot.
Yeah, I mean, did they try to play him as more of an asshole and then adjust for it when it wasn't working, or vice versa? Like, I don't know. Like, this is more what I would have expected from Jason Bateman, not
Yeah.
the sweet kid at the beginning.
Not the nice, I'm a nerd.
You know, because I put on my glasses. I don't wear them all the time, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the direction's bad. What about wanting to be a veterinarian?
Oh God. He took him to the mini golf.
Hell yeah, he took him to mini golf.
And now they're not having a good time.
Nope. But what are the dudes doing at the mini golf? Is this like Karate Kid? Like
I
everybody
guess
hangs
this
out at.
was set up.
So the implication of this is that the werewolf, he's not actually dangerous. He's never going to lose control.
Mm-mm. Oh, here's where they turn on him.
Yep.
For
no reason.
Yeah.
Like,
even though they kind of gave themselves to him anyways.
Right.
Already.
Do they... What did they want him to do? Did they want him to kill the guy? Like... Yeah.
There really nobody's lost though. It's like
nope, he doesn't even like them. Like it. See, he's got on long sleeves on all those shots. He's also wearing a different shirt than he was in the last scene. But I don't think those scenes where he's in the full arms and legs, I just don't think those are Jason Bateman. I think that's the stuntman.
Some of them.
Some of them for sure, but I'm going and saying I don't think any of them are Bateman. So now they're studying, and we haven't seen them have a conversation about any of the wolf stuff. It was all just montage, and now they're mad at him.
Yeah. So at least Styles is all business, huh?
I mean, what's so Styles is wanted
Well,
in on
Styles
the
didn't get what he
threesome.
wanted.
He wanted in on the...
Yeah, Styles didn't get exactly what he wanted. So at least in the first one, he was making money.
Well, he's making money.
Not really. No.
They don't establish that he's not, that the business is failing.
The room looks a little more clean, but
Aw, Todd's a jerk. It's so sad. He's all by himself.
Okay, here we go.
Do we establish how did he call Howard?
Hmm. Well, Howard's supposed to look in on him from time to time.
But it would have helped if he'd looked in on him a little bit sooner.
Yeah, he called him.
How dramatic. He realized he was being a dick, and so then he decided to stop being a dick, and we've got 30 more minutes to go. Ugh. Oh my God. It feels like it's a TV movie about, it feels like an ABC after school special.
He's got to stop using the juice.
He's got to stop wolfing out, man. He's just got to be Todd.
It's too much of a problem.
Can't do it by himself.
I don't have a special number at the end of the movie you could call.
If you're turning into a werewolf and it's making you an asshole,
It's making you an asshole when you turn into a werewolf.
can we hurry this up just a little bit? Because we still got the 15-minute final fight scene to look forward to.
Oh, God.
So I like that they didn't actually show him training at all.
No, he's a wolf. He doesn't have to.
Well, no, but here he's worried that he's got to fight as a man. All right, fade out. No, no special training moves, but there's still something he's got to resolve.
Well, shouldn't they have his picture at the front door? Don't let this son of a bitch in there.
God, everybody's all bent out of shape that he gets fucking free grades. What did they think was going to happen if he was a successful jock? Like,
Well, nobody else is benefiting. That's the thing.
oh, it's going to be okay. She forgives him.
Well, she has no choice.
Aww.
Who else is she into that much? She kind of built her whole life around this dude already.
Yeah, there are no other
Smart.
eligible dudes for her. In the first one, Boof, arguably, there are other dudes around who exist. In this one, there aren't.
No. No science dudes. No nice guy science dudes.
Oh, we can take a makeup exam. But it's right before the game. Is it going to work out, or the boxing match? Is that going to work out, or is it going to be a problem? Spoiler, it's not going to be a problem. It does, there's no dramatic tension to it at all.
God. This is the Simeon Angel scene. Oh my, oh shit.
So he's studying, and then at one point she starts studying. They take a break to screw, which I thought should have gotten more emphasis. And they're crumpling up papers as they
He
go.
also forgets that using some of the wolf power can help him study.
I'm trying to see these books. Do they have anything to do with veterinary science?
No.
Intro to veterinary science, because he's a freshman. Yep. So they're going to screw, and then he's going to get back to studying. They didn't get a Folger. They didn't get permission to use Folgers. Did you see that a second ago?
It was called Olgers.
Yep.
Olgers coffee.
Ooh, that is a nice sweater on Jason Bateman. Wow, his wardrobe for this movie. Desperate to be cool clothes of the late 80s. And basically everybody just looks like Brian Austin Green on Beverly Hills 90210.
And then they have to drop out because he knocked her up. Oh, that was man. For nothing, you asshole. Keep it in your pants, Teen Wolf.
He got herpes from the blonde.
Yeah, those
passed it on to her. Yeah,
the Bayou chick that he was banging. That hillbilly broad.
Oh. God, I just remembered.
Kim Darby with her Tony Perkins Psycho 2 haircut.
Yep. Well, I think we'll talk about it when her big reveal comes up. I think they were going to do more with that. Or maybe she just wanted that haircut. Who knows? But it seems like it's geared up for makeup.
Yeah.
Only they don't.
They never followed through with it.
They ran out of the $75 to buy another one of those masks. Okay, so he passed his test. So that's all resolved now.
But here's the thing. Again, it's like Superman and his powers when he fights. They always forget that he has other superpowers. So it's like with this, you know, they're telling you being the wolf is not wanting to be a wolf is okay. But you can use some of that shit. Like, pass the test, dude. It's okay.
Well, the first movie did more with that. This movie, he doesn't the script's too stupid to give him any good
it's
sequences.
Too much of a sequel script to the first movie that it keeps, lapsing into this is Todd Howard, not Scott Howard. It keeps one foot into the first movie and, another in this one. They keep forgetting this is not Scott.
Oh God, here it is. Sing, Chubby, sing. So this at this point, I was like, so wait, the opening credits that we had to sit through with the stupid song, the forgettable stupid song sequence was going to figure into a terrible team sequence where none of these people have ever like shared the screen with Jason Bateman before. They've just been in reaction shots. It's just, ugh.
Look at Jean-Paul Lafleur with the mustache there.
It's just weird. All these like 25-year-old guys hanging out with this 17-year-old.
You know, John Aston's character would have been amazing in another movie.
I mean, he's like he's really adds to the USA Up All Night feel of this movie.
Right. His character belongs in a TNA movie. Like a full-on TNA movie.
Mm-hmm. He just spit on Jason Bateman.
Right.
So
You see,
credit to Jason Bateman for not reacting to the spit.
Because you see, he wanted like. It's like, wait a minute, man.
Get mad if I screw up this shot, so I gotta let that guy spit on me. His kid, Sean Astin, he was in the Goonies. My dad says I could have been in the Goonies. So there, Howard's magic gloves there. Okay, so now boxing is very popular at the school, which we did not establish in any way. All right, so there are 20 minutes left. And I would be surprised if 15 of those are not spent on the boxing match because, oh no, Chubby's got a big sequence first, but then we have the endless final match. So what I like about Howard being in the audience is that it's unclear if he knows who the girl is. Like, did anybody introduce him to Nikki? Doesn't. Who knows? They're just sitting near each other.
Yeah. He probably told him about her over the phone or whatever described her.
Okay. Here we go. Kim Darby, who's never been to one of the boxing matches before either. Everybody knows about the car.
Like, he probably gives the same car to every kid every year.
They really, and well, also the two girls do whatever John Astin says, which is
they're literally hoes.
Has a weird like.
Yeah. There's something going on there.
Oh, Kim Darby's a werewolf. And John Astin's not reacting in any way whatsoever, actually.
He didn't even piss himself like the other guy.
His dog wasn't there. Yeah.
Right. Where's his dog?
So.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
In case we didn't get the red eyes, in a movie called Teen Wolf 2. We have to get a tail.
What are they cheering at?
Somebody getting their ass kicked.
Cheering.
It's the ref. Is that Judge Mills Lane?
Okay, so we're going to get a relatively lengthy, chubby fight. It's very funny. It's amazing that. Well, I mean, when you think about it, Mark Holton, I think that's this guy's name.
Yeah.
He was basically like Chris Farley without being successful in the 80s, right? Like,
because he was the fat guy in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And he also isn't he's Francis.
Yeah.
Hi, Payway.
Yeah. Like, this is post Francis. The other one was Teen Wolf was like simultaneous or pre Francis, but this is I'm Francis and I'm doing Teen Wolf 2. Like,
yeah.
I'm 29 and I'm doing Teen Wolf 2. This roller coaster's never going to end, baby.
Sit down, Styles.
Okay, so
sit down, multiverse Styles.
Keep an eye on the MC throughout this. Because at some point he like snuggles up to one of the girls.
Didn't he play like a rapist in a Charles Bronson movie?
I mean,
he looks like a fake Ray Liotta.
I don't know, man. Like Death Wish 4? Like, he doesn't seem legit enough to be in 2 or 3.
No. Ah, there they go. Yeah, nice Claire Huxtable sweater, Styles.
Well, I like how it's a big surprise whether or not he's going to be himself or the wolf. Only
right, because we know how this, we know how this is going to go.
And the opponent guy has wanted to beat the shit out of the wolf all season or all movie, thinking that he could beat up a werewolf, which.
So he gets cheated out of his fight completely.
Yeah, this is going to be fine.
This movie should have been a reversal of what the first one was in, certain aspects. Because now you're just doing what the first movie did.
Yep. I mean, yeah. Seriously, this should have been a TNA USA Up All Night. Maybe that's what Atlantic went on to do.
This should have been zapped again to Teen Wolf Zapped.
Basically. Yes, I am.
This should have been Dream a Little Dream 2. So the first one's Dream a Little Dream.
It would have been better if Nikki had left with the good-looking guy next to her. Like, just like, wait, you're a grown-up. Jason Bateman looks like he's 17. Let's
Oh, gee, how is he going to beat this guy?
I don't know. Maybe we're going to have to wait. Okay, we're only 82 minutes in. There's another 13 minutes or another 12 minutes. This movie ends.
Whoa.
With the fight. Yep.
He slugged multiverse Styles.
Mm-hmm. Presumably that was unscripted.
Right. I hate you. Oh, so yes. They're ring girls too.
Yes, they're ring girls too. There have been no other ring girl sequences in the movie. They're ring girls too.
They probably sell drugs for John Aston.
They
They run
blackmail
all
dudes.
types of shit for him.
They blackmail dudes. They like hook up with married alumni donors and like take pictures of them and shit. Yeah.
They set up dudes like the senator from The Godfather.
Yep. It's a very dark movie for everyone
I didn't
else.
Know. I didn't know what happened. I blacked out.
So they just offered Paul Sand a scene and he said no.
Where's the other one? Is she still around?
See, look at the MC. He's helping her with the robe back on. Blondie, I don't know. I mean, Blondie's gonna show up because they duplicate the
where he steps off.
Yeah,
he walks off.
They duplicate the scene from one, but
I think she might have quit the movie because early on she set up to be like really like a major part, and then throughout the movie
she's just not. I mean,
kind of fades out.
She was maybe like, you know what? I'm gonna go take my nursing exam. I'll be back. I never want to be in another fucking movie again. Thanks.
Because she's in these, vague shots of the crowd. They were kind of setting her up to be like this major character.
Well, Chubby's got, that's a lot for that's more than Styles gets in this movie. Chubby just had more than Styles gets in the movie.
Well, that's because Chubby's, whatchamacallem? He's Mark, not replacement Styles.
Oh, okay. So you think if Jerry Levain had been back at age 35, he would have gotten more?
He probably would have had a little more to do. Right in the nuts.
Oh,
if worst comes to worst, Todd, just turn into a wolf. Kick his ass. No one's going to hate you for turning into the wolf.
How did they not get somebody for the opposing coach either? Like, take some of that John Aston money and get, I don't know, somebody.
Well, in any good movie, the opposing coach would have been John Aston. Like, all of that shit would have been moved to the opposing team, him and the hose and all that.
Mm-hmm. Tempting him away from Hamilton's team.
Right.
Somehow, yeah. They need some Ben Burett punches.
Instead of loud ass Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Okay, so now they're going to sit together. So I don't think they knew each other until that moment.
That was the most bitch ass punch. That was the sissiest looking punch. Dude can't fight.
There she is.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's her first shot.
Yeah, they only give her those really quick shots.
I mean, do we even remember what her name is? right?
No.
Like, no. Oh, is he going to turn? John Aston's wearing a green suit jacket to wear Hamilton colors. I think that's the first time he ever shows that much school pride. The coach actually wears a green suit jacket through the whole movie, which I thought was a surprisingly good detail and also unlikely for the coach, given what a numbskull he is.
Oh, hell no. What? Get up, Rocky.
Yeah. Look at that. They should have named her Adrian. They should have just fucking done it. Like, why have any self-respect?
She does kind of have that young Talia Shire look.
This was my concern with this is there's either just going to be stupefying or we're going to sit here riffing on a better movie. But yeah, if they'd done this as like a Rocky, that would have been hilarious.
Because technically, Todd should be bleeding.
Oh, yeah, Todd's had his eyes, both eyes cut open at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
cut me, Mick. Cut me, Chubb.
And there you go. One sucker punch, some follow-up, and like,
oh, wow. And all this makes up for an entire fight of getting his ass whooped.
He was playing possum, whatever that's called. Boom.
Oh, he did it.
Isn't that in Diggstown? Isn't that like Lou Gossett Jr.'s secret?
Yeah.
Is that he can take a beating and then he can just lay out and you can just knock him out? Yeah. That's a good movie. This isn't a good movie. Okay,
absolutely.
Shit. Okay, so the fight was only 7 or 8 minutes.
Yay!
The score is so bad.
Chubby snatches her up.
So how old is she? Because
right,
there might be additional charges for Chubby.
Really?
Yeah, that's it.
So we're just gonna
Nope. What are you talking about? Why would you want any of that? What kind of resolution could you possibly have to this?
That's not an ending. That's
nope.
The movie just finishes. Like,
come on, it's the 80s, man. Like, once you've got like every Karate Kid movie just stops. Like,
yeah, but at the end of Karate Kid is the moment where you just exhale. Is like, this shit is over. This shit just finishes. Like,
right, everything's fine. Everybody loves him again, and he can sort of box, but not really. He won the match, but he didn't have to be a werewolf, which is not what happens in the first one, which is far more like...
We just spent the last hour and a half or so getting pissed on, and it's just done being like, this is the toilet flushing.
Yep.
Like, God.
And here's not Jason Bateman singing this song.
Well, shit. They probably got those masters from Justine Bateman's Satisfaction. They said, let's hold back on Jason. We'll dub him.
So, they were gonna. Okay, so I bet Alfredo J. Gilberti, Kent Bateman's assistant, has fucking stories. Patrick Crowley might have produced RoboCop 3, actually. Like, somebody from this movie.
Okay, Do You Love Me was performed by Ragtime.
Yeah. Oh, Deceiver was by the Beat Farmers.
Oingo
Holy
Boingo.
shit, Oingo Boingo. Oingo Boingo has 2 fucking tracks on here. Wow. Soundtrack available. I think it might still be in print. The first one's is not in print, but...
Oh, the first one was always hard to find.
I'll hook you up. Because there's like some stories to that too. Yeah, so Teen Wolf is a trademark by Atlantic Entertainment Group. So you promised to tell us about the not Teen Wolf 3.
Oh, right. So Teen Wolf 3, of course, was gonna be like, I guess, 89. This is 87. So by 89, they were supposed to do Teen Wolf 3. And the shit fell apart. Why? Because Teen Wolf 2 sucked. So in place of that, I guess some of the parties that were still interested got back together and cobbled together the rest of the skeleton script for Teen Wolf 3, which was supposed to star Alyssa Milano as a female Teen Wolf. This was going to be a gender bend. So you would have had, I guess, a similar story just with a girl. And they did away with all that and created Teen Witch, which became, I guess you could say, a cable hit because it bombed in the theaters. But a lot of people have watched it because cable, starring the delightful young Robin Lively instead of Alyssa Milano.
So one of the trivia things says that the Alyssa Milano version was going to feature her as like Scott's daughter, and her uncle was going to figure in. And I'm like, they would have gotten neither of those actors because Michael J. Fox wouldn't have done it. And he also wouldn't have been age appropriate. But Jason Bateman wouldn't have done it either. So it was going to be Alyssa Milano and like recast.
Yeah, recast family.
Teen Wolves. So what if they'd gotten... Oh, wait, that's not Alyssa Milano. I was going to say, what if they got the guys from My Two Dads? That would have been perfect. But that's not Alyssa Milano. That's Stacy Keenan, but still. Yeah, so Teen Wolf 2. I don't know. Don't watch Teen Wolf 2.
I'd actually say that the animated episode that introduces Todd Howard was a little more entertaining than the entirety of Teen Wolf 2. And it almost tells the same story where Scott goes to visit his shy cousin Todd and sort of breaks him out of his shell and teaches him to be a cool teen wolf. So
that's kind of incredible that they set it up in the cartoon. That's we didn't have that kind of synergy between live action movies and animated television shows until What If, like Teen Wolf and What If. It took 30 years and $2.5 billion to get back there. But yeah, so that's interesting. I don't know if I could.
Oh, the cartoon was awesome. I think I know they have them on YouTube because they stiffed us in America for releasing a box set. So
for unsurmountable and unexpected legal issues, Shout Factory couldn't release it. And it's just kind of like, wow, what did you guys miss?
Because it really wasn't a thing of music unless, they didn't cover the theme song.
Maybe there's something wacky like nobody in the U.S. has a right to play it or something. Like, who knows?
I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird. That's like...
It is very... Usually there's... Well...
That's like Disney's refusal to release, certain Spider-Man shows,
Why has Spider-Man, the Nicholas Hammond Spider-Man, why did it disappear with the Sam Raimi, like right before the Sam Raimi one? All of those went out of print and everybody forgot they existed. That's as opposed to something like Fantastic Four, where they at least talk about it. right? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
whatever happened to the Spider-Man rights is some weird secret of, though I guess Disney, or I guess Sony.
yeah, but Sony could have easily capitalized on it.
Who would have had those rights? No, well, that's the weird thing is
It's always been
because
Columbia. It's always
always
been
been
Columbia.
Columbia, but all of those other TV movies ended up at Universal eventually.
Oh yeah,
So
Captain
could there
America.
be some weird thing like that? Because if Sony would have had to get Universal's permission, they never would have done it. But they came out from Rhino of all places. So like if you're getting coming out on Rhino, weren't we at a Comic-Con talking to the Rhino guys about Spider-Man in the late 90s? Like I feel I have a memory of that.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's just like it just disappeared.
last I saw of it was during Field Destroy when I worked at Blockbuster in Texas. They had a couple of copies.
And I just remember I had all the tapes and I was all happy about it. And then I discovered that one of my tapes had the wrong episode on it. And at that point, they'd gone out of print and there was no way to. So
thankfully, I found a rip.
Yeah.
On Pirate Bay.
They are all out there somewhere in some way. But that has nothing to do with Teen Wolf 2 because Kent Bateman did not produce the Spider-Man show. Yeah, I don't know. I think Teen Wolf 2, the only appropriate thing, other than if you want to tease Jason Bateman to his face by playing clips of it.
I would really like to know, though, if he like had a sense of humor about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Like, would he get really pissed off? You're like, hey, man, Teen Wolf 2 sucked.
That pretty much wraps up Teen Wolf 2 for me. Do you have any final thoughts?
I'm ready to see Teen Wolf 1 now.
All right. Well, thanks for listening. I hope you didn't watch Teen Wolf 2, and we'll be back with Teen Wolf 1.
That's it. I hope it's not a full moon tonight.